5 videos about the portal frame steel structure building. I'm going to have a look at the walls, both the external walls and the internal walls on this model. As you can see, we don't have any internal walls right now, and I'm going to do a wee bit of work on this area of the external walls. This is just a standard exterior wall. I'm going to put some glass in here. I've already put a few in, but I'll show you how that works, how you do that. And instead of putting windows in this structure, I'm going to use this kind of a treatment, which is a bit more 2017 rather than 1992, if you know what I mean. So no windows at all, glass panels which can be sized and shaped and almost any way you like. I'm going to start here, but I want to make a wee change. I want to do this in a plan view and see it happen in 3D. So WT is the command. Now I don't want either of these views. This is a 3D structural steel view here that I've opened up earlier on. I don't want to be bored with that just now. And neither do I need this just standard default 3D view. The two views I want are the floor plan for the ground level. That's this one, and the 3D ground level, which is this one. So I'm just going to WT all four and get rid of the ones I don't want. I don't want that, and then I don't want that either, and then I WT that again, WT Windows tile. And I'm going to work away in plan in here. I'm going to put in my walls in here, both interior and the exterior ones, and I'm hopeful that you'll see them appear. Well, I know you're going to see them appear in here in 3D. So on this one here, I'm going to start putting in, I'm going to select the wall. I'll just select this wall here so we can see it. It's blue, and I'm going to put in a curtain wall. And the type of wall I want to use is going to be the curtain wall storefront. You can use either of these. I'm just going to use this one because it works well, and you should really always go with what works. So in plan view, now you can do this in 3D as well if you like, but I find it easier to do it in plan. I'm going to put in some more of these curtain walls in here. Now this, you can ignore this, just ignore it, shut it down. And I'm going to put in a few more of these curtain walls embedded inside. And here, move that out of the way. A single escape. I'll put a wee one in there so it doesn't have a clash with this this architectural column. And I'm just going to make a few of these. You'll notice I'm selecting the wall on its dotted lines. I'm in the middle of the wall. I'm just using the dimensions by eye. So that's me, I've got them in. Okay, I'd really like this to stop appearing. Now there's nothing we can see here, and if I select this wall here, we can see that the walls are there, but they're not, we can't see them, they're not fulfilling their purpose yet. They're still embedded inside the masonry wall, the brick wall. And the tool I have to use here is called Modify. It's cut geometry. It's this tool here. So I cut, and then I'm going to do this in plan view, I think, at first. So I'm going to select the brick wall, and then I'm going to cut it with the glass wall. And you can see it appears in here, the cutaway of the wall. You can do it in plan. Working in plan, that's what I'm used to, but it doesn't really matter. You can do it in 3D as well. You select that wall, and then you just cut it with that one. Doesn't make any difference if you do it in 3D or in plan view. I'll mix and match it a wee bit here. And then I've got, I think, a wee one in there, yeah. You can see them appearing up here. I think that'll do me. And then I'll have a wee look at the whole 3D view here, and I've already started to size some of these. These are editable. so I can size them up a bit better. I can just drag them down. And the wall, the masonry part of the wall will reinstate itself. I don't know if you can see it up here. Reinstates down here, and I can either take this off the ground, as I have done with these, or I can leave them on the ground. I'm going to leave that one just where it is, and I'm just going to leave that one entirely as it is here. But this one here, I'm going to drag it down. You can get fussy about the dimensions in here. This is, if you look at the properties panel here, this is 7.153.8 millimeters. I'm just going to do that. And you can go on here all day and play with these. I'll make this one a bit shorter using the grips. You can see how it works. So I'm not going to do any more, but you can see how that would work for any or all of these. You could even leave them as they are if you like. That's a matter of taste. So that's the embedded walls. No windows in this structure at all. If I want to put doors in here, which I probably will do, but for the moment I'm just going to leave it as is. And then I'm going to come on and do the interior walls in this building. So I'll come back to WT, and I don't want to look at this 3D view here. The 3D view I want to look at is going to be this one here, so WT that again. And I'm going to work away in plan view here, the ground floor plan here, and my interior walls will appear in here. Now, excuse me a minute, messing about here. So that's the footprint of this building, this portrait frame building, and I'm going to make my circulation space come in here, and I'm going to make it kind of T-shaped. You'll see what I mean when I do it. The first thing I've got to do is choose an appropriate wall, and I'm just going to use an ordinary block wall, an ordinary partition wall, but with block rather than studs. So that one there, it's finished in plasterboard on either side. I'm just going to leave it like that as well. I'm happy with this wall interior. It's got 12mm plasterboard both on the outside and the inside, which is it's essentially a block wall. So I'm going to select that wall type, and I want to come in here, and I'm going to just leave that there like that. And a single escape will take me out of that particular bit of the command, and then you'll see I don't want to have this massive corridor along here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it along a wee bit more, 5 meters. And yeah, I'm going to take it all the way to there, I think. And so I'm just having a think about what I'm going to do with this. I'm just going to change my mind slightly. I'm going to drag that back to the grid line. And then take it down like that. I think that's fine. And I'm going to do something similar with this one here. I'm going to bring that out 15 and take that up here. So the circulation space is going to be coming into the building, in or out of the building. I'll put a door in here, and I'll have something similar on the other side here. I'm just actually going to mirror that against this middle line here. That'll appear in here. I'll do the same with this one. And do the same with this one and this one. And yeah, this one as well, I think. So here in 3D you should see that my various walls that I've put in have appeared. I'm going to come into this building and out of this building from this here, and so this is my circulation space, and I'm going to have a kind of public access area here. This in the circulation space, I'll use this for maybe putting in stairs onto the level above. But the portal frame building now has some internal walls, at least on its ground floor. It doesn't have enough because I'm going to break this into more smaller units. I'm imagining that these are going to be shops or offices of some kind. So I'm just going to break it up just a bit more. It should have remembered my last wall type, which is the block wall, and I'm going to just join it up there and there. And then here and here. And that's got maybe kind of 3 kind of offices or shops or whatever on this side here. And I'm just going to do the same. I can either just model them in like that, or I can simply just select that one and then mirror it with a pick axis tool. I'll choose the central axis there and it will just plop itself in there. So I'm happy with that. These, I'm just going to make one divided in half, and I'll leave the other one quite a big shop or whatever. And that's that one there. So you can see my floor, my ground floor layout here in 3D. I'll put a door in here, and I'll walk in and out of the building along here, and I'll have a circulation space. So it's going to look something like that. I can't look at this in 3D much because in 3D I've got exterior walls and things that stop me seeing much of it, and that's why these slices through the building are really quite useful. So that's how it looks in 3D, but the one I'm going to use is 3D ground and tile it with the ground floor plan, this one here. I'll get rid of that yet again and tile it. Double middle click will bring that to the centre, and this is fine at that. So here I'm going to do what I said I was going to do. I'm going to put a door in here. Now this is a curtain wall, as we know, and therefore a door as such won't fit in. If I try and select a door, and this, you'll see that although it would allow me to put it in on the brick wall, it wouldn't allow me to put it in on the curtain wall. So I'll have to use a curtain wall panel, which can masquerade as a door. So I'm going to insert load family, and I'm just going to put in a curtain wall panel, many of which are doors. You'll notice I'm ignoring where it says doors here and come into curtain wall panels, and I'm just going to put in, I won't put in the revolving door yet again, I'll just use some other door. This one here will be fine. It's a single door. It's loaded into the project, but you won't see anything here. So I'm going to tab through, just hover over the curtain wall and tab through till I get a single panel. I'm going to use the middle one. That would be good if it would select it. There it's there. Select it, and then I just swap it out for that door that I've loaded in, which was this one here. And you can see, hopefully, that there's a door in there. Right. And it's the same thing about flipping them. If you want to put the handles on the outside and stuff, you can just hit the space bar one time and it'll flip it in the usual way, same as it does with every other door. So I've got a door in here now. You can see it in plan view, it's sitting in here. So I can come into the building. I'll just make that orientated roughly the same as this here. And I could put one over here as well. It's the same method. I won't bother doing it, but you can see the method. And next to it, I'm going to put in a revolving door, but a revolving door which will fit in a masonry wall. So this wall here that I've just recently put in, I'm just going to take it out again. Just going to select it and delete it. and I'm going to load in a family, a revolving door. I'm going to browse away from the library and go to a file that I've got saved away elsewhere. It's a revolving door. It's in here. This is a third-party door downloaded off the web. It's standard stuff, really. A door. I think I got this from National BIM Library, maybe, I'm not really sure. But door, you should see, it will appear in here. I've got various options. This door comes in various sizes. I'm just going to go with this 96-inch one. It's an American door, so we're using imperial measurements. And I'm just going to put it in there. So I've got a standard door here, and I've got a revolving door here. And you can do that as much as you like up and down this building. Make sure it's in the circulation space. This is an exterior door. I'm going to come into this building here. My circulation space is up and down this central kind of corridor here, along here, and then I've got a kind of foyer part here. I'm imagining I'm going to put stairs in here that will allow me to reach the floor above. So we'll try and get to stairs, maybe today, but certainly in the next video, maybe the final one. They're quite straightforward to do. For the moment, I'm going to put doors in. So I've got these shops or offices or whatever these are going to be, and I just want to put doors in. Now this time they're not curtain walls. I'm going to put in standard doors. Maybe not revolving doors if they're offices, but I'm just going to put interior doors in. And these are kind of pretty standard doors, and I'm not kind of overly impressed with them. If I select one, and I'll just put it in here. I'll zoom in a bit and make it a bit easier so you can see it. It's down here in here, and you'll see that it's good. It's in here. You can see it there. If I select it, it's going to swivel around about it. Stay there. And that's just a door. It's a door into a shop. It's probably not ideal. And we don't have any windows or anything in this shop yet. The windows treatment you would use would be the storefront windows. It's the same as we did on the outside here. This treatment can happen on the inside of this as well. If it were offices, you probably wouldn't want a whole lot of windows on your offices, but you might do. But it's exactly the same method. You just insert them into the wall, and then use the cut geometry tool to cut them away. Modify, cut geometry, select the masonry wall first, and then you cut it with the wall that you've inserted. I don't intend to do that again, because you've seen it once, so I don't want to bore you. Now, I've got the rooms now here. I don't have many doors in, but if you can put one door in, you can put in all the doors, and I just want to do one door just to let you see how that works. It's a kind of unimpressive door. I'm going to load in some more doors. These are going to be internal doors. A whole lot of doors in the Revit library. I'm going to use one that's got a window in it, yeah, something like that. That'll do fine. And then I've got it loaded into the project, and I'm just going to swap it for that door I've just loaded in, which I think was that one there. It's going to look a bit more presentable. It's got a window in it, kind of standard office door. So I'm going to come in here now to the floor plan, the ground floor plan. I'm just going to maximise this up a wee bit. And I've double middle click, it'll centre it here. These are my reference planes here. So I don't really want to be showing them. I could hide these, but I'm not going to bother. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the ceilings in. Now, the common mistake is to use floor plans to put your ceilings in, and that's something that you shouldn't do. There's a ceiling plan here for the ground level, and it's this will allow me to use the ceiling tool, which is Architecture, Ceiling, if I can find it, there it's there. Now, there's an automatic ceiling tool, which is a handy wee thing. You'll notice it's on by default. If it doesn't work, in other words, if you don't get the red boundary around your room here in which to place the ceiling, you might have to do it manually. So, however, mine have worked here, so if I just select in here, the grid ceiling is the one to use really. It's nice and visual, you can see it. And that one, you can see, I'm hoping that one of these maybe doesn't work, so yeah, I'll do one manually. Yeah, no, that's working as well, they're all working. You don't want something to work. It works. Yeah. Okay, well if we didn't have one working, we would just go to sketch ceiling and we would just come round the boundary manually and then finish the ceiling and it would put it in manually. But we don't have to do that. I'm not going to do one in the central area here. I've got the ceilings in here. If we have a wee look at this in 3D, you'll see that these ceilings are generally going to be a wee bit low. And I just want them, if I select one of them, you'll see that the offset here is 2.6 meters. That would be fine maybe in a house, but this isn't a house. So I'm going to select them all and I'm going to move them up half a meter to 3.1. Anything over 3 meters is fine, and that just makes the void here for air conditioning and piping and things big enough, but it's not like ridiculous. It's 3.1 is a good height for a commercial ceiling. And you'll notice I'm not putting ceilings on this level here. The whole point of a portal frame building is that there's a whole lot of open space up here. If you're in a shopping centre and it's this kind of construction, you'll see that often there isn't a floor here at all. We've put this in here to let you see the difference between this busy area down here with a whole lot of columns, structural columns covered in architectural columns and walls and things, to the kind of open space that the portal frame allows you to have on the floor above. But often there is no floor above, it's just a single floor. And it's just a kind of massive open space that the portal frame permits you to have. And that's that part of this model finished. I've got the exterior walls done, I've got the interior walls done, and I've got some doors. And if I come back to the floor plan on the ground level, you can see, maybe show some colour in here. You can see that I've got a circulation space from here to here, horizontally through the building, and here, north-south, horizontal. The horizontal circulation space is really quite big in this building, so I'm imagining quite a big footfall, quite a lot of traffic, and that's that aspect of it done. The exterior doors have got to open onto the horizontal circulation space. You can't have this door opening onto some private office. This is going to generate a footfall in a commercial building, so it's going to allow people to enter and exit the building, and you don't want them coming into some private office or private shop. You want them to come through this public access area, like the central part of a mall or whatever it is, central corridor if it was just offices. Not only do the doors have to be in the horizontal circulation space, but so do the stairs. And stairs in Revit are really quite simple and straightforward. You can put them anywhere you like. I'm just going to put them stair by sketch. I think is a more powerful tool. I'm going to put them just right here. Now I just want to have a wee look at this. It's going to allow me, it's going to tell me rather I need 24 risers, so I'm going to do half and half. In a domestic setting, you would probably not make them even in that way, but in a commercial building that's going to be fine. So I've got a stair now. If I look at this in 3D, I'm going to shut down the ceiling plans, but if I look at this in 3D ground level, you can see there's my stair. Okay, so I'm going to come into this building. It's got a stair there. Often you have more than one stair. I'm just putting one stair in this for the moment. That will do me. And I'm going to leave that just now. I'm going to come back to this and I'll put a shaft in and I'll show you how to do some exterior spaces. For the moment, that's this part of this series of videos finished. Thank you. Bye bye.